First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh, see this world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai, see this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Bahashem means in the name, Rakah means spirit, and Kodash means holy. And that's all in the Paleo Hebrew. I also want to give double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. I'm probably going to title this lesson, Find Your Own Measure of Faith and Stick to It. Okay? Find your own measure of faith and stick to it. Okay? And I'm not really sure if that's the title I'm going to stick with because I basically wanted to talk about today about how every single one of us has a different measure of faith. Okay? And since we all have different measures of faith, that means that we're all going to do different things when it comes to our works, right? Some of us might read, some of us might write down the scriptures, right? Some of us might fast, right? Do fasting weekly. Other brothers might do fasting once a month. Another brother might do a fast once a year, or on the Day of Atonement. Okay, and it all goes back to how much faith you have. Okay, and the reason I'm making this video is because we're not supposed to be out here boasting about our works. Okay, I actually have the scripture here in Ephesians. Let's pull that up in the blue letter. Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 8, it says, "For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast." Right? The fact that we have this knowledge, truth, and understanding, it is a gift from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Right? So you're not supposed to be out here boasting about it. Okay? And when it comes to your works, you're not supposed to be boasting about your works either. Okay? You're supposed to pretty much keep it on the down low. Keep it on the D low. Okay? An example of that was I think I was searching it up in Google. When I searched it up, I just deleted it. Right? There's a scripture that popped up. This right here. Right? It says, "Watch out! Don't do your good deeds publicly to be admired by others, for you will lose the reward from your Father in heaven. When you give to someone in need, don't do as the hypocrites do, blowing trumpets in the synagogues and streets to call attention to their tracts of arity." Right? And that's what you see in the so-called Christian community today. Is you have all these so-called pastors that go out on the streets and they'll tell you, "Oh, I'll pray for you. Let me pray for you." They're not supposed to be doing that, right? They're trying to be seen in public doing good deeds. Okay, and scriptures talk completely contrary to that. Okay, so the point I wanted to hit is that we're not supposed to be boasting about our works. Okay, because hey, tying it back, right? Every single man has a different measure of faith. Okay, and if you have a brother that fasts, let's say a brother fasts every single day, let's say that. Then you have another brother that fasts once a year. Okay, if they endure unto the end and are in the right mindset, both of them are gonna make it. Okay, both of them are gonna get on that chariot. So at the end of the day, every single man has their own walk, and we all have our own measure of faith. So don't compare yourself to another person, right? Find what you need to do, okay, what your spirit resonates with, right? For example, right, like I said, me myself, I fast. Actually, let me not even say that, right? That would be me boasting about what I do, right? Find what you need to do and stick to it. Okay, if it's fasting once a week, okay, if it's writing down scriptures, like I said, every single day, make sure you're on point. Doing reading every single day, do that. Okay, maybe you read once a week, okay, and you're still on point. The point of this video is you have to find your pretty much plan to stay on point. Right? You might have a brother that he can stay on point with just he can stay on point not watching any videos at all, right? But hey, here it is. I might be on the scene and I need to watch a video every single day to stay on point, right? Find what works for you and stick to it. Okay, and your spirit is gonna know, right? If you're doing too much, your spirit is gonna tell you, right? There is such a thing as burning out in this truth, right? You come up on fire, hell on fire, and next thing you know, you're out of here because you burned yourself out, right? There's a reason these scriptures refer to this as a race, right? Because hey, one thing about a race is you need to find your pace, right? If you go too fast, you burn out. You go too slow, ultimately you get overlapped. People pass you, right? So you need to find that right distance, that right pace, that you get there in that perfect stride, man, perfectly. So let's read this in Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. That was a long, drawn out intro. But it says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Right? That's what we're supposed to do. A lot of people don't know this, but when you come to serve the Lord, okay, you're pretty much signing a contract of suffering. You're signing a contract of sacrifice, okay? Because as soon as you hear this word, you pretty much have you have an obligation, right? And that obligation is, hey, serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai with your whole heart, and that comes with sacrifice. Okay, it comes with sacrificing the things of this world. Okay, it comes with changing the way you act, the way you conduct yourself, the foods you eat. Okay, that's sacrifice. Okay, and the consequence if you don't do that is nuclear destruction, is being destroyed by the Lord. So you pick your poison, right? Sacrifice right now so you don't have to sacrifice later, okay? Or be like the other people in the world where they're living up right now, but later they're going to have to sacrifice their life. I'll say that right now, right? We're sacrificing right now so we don't have to sacrifice later. Because the people that aren't sacrificing right now, that are living up their best life, right, being wicked deviants, later they're going to have to sacrifice, and it's going to be by the price of their own lives. Okay? So it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Right? So we're not supposed to be conformed to this world. Right? Search up that word confirmed goes into complying with the rules, standards, or laws. Right? The rules and the standards of this world are wickedness, are wicked. Right? They tell you that you can be a homosexual. They tell you in the society that it's okay to murder, right? It's okay to just do whatever you want, okay? When in actuality that's not true at all, right? So we can't be conformed to this world, but we have to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. And that's the key point is that it's all mental, right? The way you change, right? A man once said, you want to change a man, right? You need to change the way he thinks, okay? And this truth is the ultimate way of having you change what you think, right? This truth, it gives you the ultimate checkmate, right? Because it's pretty much, hey, get right with the Lord or you're going to be destroyed, right? And a fear is a stronger motivator than love, right? Fear is one of the strongest motivators in this world. And that's what the Lord does to keep us on point, right? It says, hey, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Okay, it doesn't say that for no reason. It says that for exactly what I just said. This is the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, right? You fear the Lord enough, and you're gonna act right. It says, but be ye transformed, right? We're supposed to be transforming our mind to being righteous, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as God hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. Right? So you're not supposed to be out here acting all high minded and mighty because you do this and that and that. No. Think sober according to what the Most High has given you. Okay, we're supposed to be humble. Scriptures talk about how those that exalt themselves shall be abased, right? And he that humbleth himself shall be exalted, right? So the more low you make yourself, the more the more the Lord is gonna put you on top, right? The more you do things in the dark, right? The more you're just grinding away while nobody's seeing, right? You're not out here on social media posting everything you're doing. You're doing it in secret, right? The Lord is gonna reward you, publicly, okay, in front of everybody. So the key point, it says, but to think soberly, according as God hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. Right? So, hey, your spirit's gonna ultimately tell you what you need to do. Right? The spirit's gonna tell you. It's gonna tell you when you need to back off. Right? When you need to step on the gas even more. Right? Because it's a just balance. Right? We go through seasons, of being on fire in seasons where we're not that on fire, right? And you have to always examine yourself and see, okay, how am I doing right now in the spirit? Okay, would I benefit right now if I were to watch a couple more videos every single day? Would I benefit right now if I were to start writing down my thoughts, right? If I were to just start, hey, being more on point, right? Or on the contrary hand, right? You might tell yourself, damn, I'm doing too much, right? And there is no such thing as doing too much, right? Let me actually bring that back, because scriptures talk about how, hey, you can pray to the Lord, you can exalt the Lord. It's never gonna be enough, right? You can't do enough for the Lord, right? Because our righteousness is as filthy rags. It says that, right? So there's never such thing as too much, right? But I'm saying that because of the balance, right? You have to balance everything in your life. Okay, you can't be out here making shows 24/7 and not go to work, okay, and not take care of your house, right? Take care of your worldly things, right? You need a balance. So I'll leave it at that. Find your balance. It says, "For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, so we, being many, are one body in Hamashiach, and every one members one of another." Right? We're all members of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, but we're not in the same office. Okay, we all have different talents. It says, "Having then gifts is differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophesy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth, on teaching, or he that exhorteth, on exhortation, he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity, he that ruleth, with diligence, he that showeth mercy, with cheerfulness. Let love be without dissimulation, abhor that which is evil, and cleave to that which is good." Okay, so right there, it gave you different talents. Right, you might have a brother that's on point with the teaching. Right, you might have another brother that doesn't teach at all. Right, the Spirit's not on him to teach. Right, because I'll put that out there. Not all believers are going to be teachers. Right, only 144,000 men out there are going to be able to break down the scriptures front and back. Right, so that's another thing. I was thinking about it today. Right, hey, you might have brothers that you might like. For example, right, I teach, I have my own routine, and I'll look at somebody I told the truth, and they might be in the world, and I don't really know anything about them, right? But hey, low key, hey, they could have faith. Low key, they could be trying to do the right thing, right? Keep the commandments to the best of their ability and have faith in Yahweh Shai, right? They know the prophecies, right? So they're just doing it on their own timing, right? As long as every single day you know in your mind that you're trying to do the right thing, and that you're trying to go away from wickedness, hey, keep doing your own thing, right? Keep doing your own thing. Everybody has their own lot. It says, "Or he that exhorteth," on exhortation, right? You got those brothers out there that exhort, right? They motivate you, okay? "He that giveth, let him do it with simplicity," right? Brothers out there that, hey, they got a lot of money, right? So they give out, hey, they give out whenever a brother needs it, right? What's the word I'm looking for? They give out, uh, oh, there's a word. Asalakia. It'll come back. But pretty much they give out because they have more than enough. Right? "He that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness." Right? So we all have different talents and gifts, but we all are part of the one body in Hamashiach. So going back to the title of the lesson, find the measure of faith that has been given unto you and stick to it. Right? That's the most important part, is finding your routine and sticking to it. So I'll leave it at that. Hopefully this was edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of the great millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to you, like Shalom.